Number 2, what do you got?
Number 2, the air starts coming out of the AI bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think at this point, people have seen all of the think pieces on the round tripping and like the, hey, like, you know, and you invested in money in me so I can buy your chips and like all the stuff that's going on. There's a math problem here. It's a math problem in terms of how much money is being spent. There's a math problem in terms of how much revenue is being generated and how much people are willing to pay. I have friends who are using multiple AI models, but they're not spending that much. You know, like if you actually did the math as to what they would need to be paying in order for some of this investment to make sense, you know, they'd have to be spending like, 7 times what they're spending. And like, no one's going to do that.
Right.
They're also real, in my opinion, like the price competition makes it. So let's say I'm like a normal person. I've got a model. Oh shit, you know, like made it $100 a month. It's a lot for me. It's like, oh, there's this other model that's like worse, but like free or near free. And then I can take 3 of these free-ish models and then glue them together and then get to like 85% of what like the more expensive model is. Like, I'm probably just going to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like, so like that, there's like a cap on what a lot of consumers are going to pay. Like in my experience, you've seen this with like, for example, the housing bubble before the housing crash. Like you start seeing conventional wisdom shift. And I remember vividly, like at that time I was younger, I was in my 30s. I was in the gym, and then some guy was like, yo man, like, bubble, right? Yeah, we all know how this is gonna end. Like, and I was like, if those guys know that, then like what is up? Like, I think AI right now is getting like the gym experience where the dudes in the gym are like talking about whether it's a bubble.
Yeah.
And that to me is a precursor to price correction. So yeah. I think that the AI trade, which has defined the stock market for months and months, starts to fade and reverse itself.
Let me ask you a question. So OpenAI was recently, at the end of, like it's called early mid-December, was sort of scrambling in that. So they made a bet on sort of modules, which is like, hey, we're going to have the lawyer module or the insurance module, different industry specific niche sort of modules. And then Google came out with, I think it's whatever, it's Gemini 3, whatever it's called, and it took a leap, right? Like the video abilities that.
By the way, Google has a massive structural advantage because they've got all the data in the universe,
And it's incredible. And then so Sam Altman, I think, whether they're meant to be public or not, sort of public, that he's like taking people off the module building and sort of improving the LLM backend to catch up with Google or make sure they're staying on pace. Do you think, so there's a question in AI is like, does AI become this thing where there's one LLM to rule them all, right? But there's one, like OpenAI wins it or Google wins it or Grok wins it.
I think that this is my point as to why this industry is going to be very hard pressed to generate the financial returns.
I think they're going to become sort of replaceable.
By the way, there are a lot of people who swore by ChatGPT until they got lapped by Google, and then they switched it, and they were like, "Oh, I guess
the cost of switching is nothing." That's as someone who's in a business where cost switching very high in mobile carriers, like it's not hard to just.
Well, no, we should dig into that. Like the psychic cost of switching carriers, the barrier seems high.
Yes,
like the actual cost is
it's easy. Yeah, right.
It's super easy.
But man, going from Grok to Anthropic or one of these things, just typing in a new website.
Yes. It's one of the reasons why this is such a bad, and tech, by the way, and this, as I remember on the debate stage, I was like, like people aren't using Bing to find stuff. Like you have these winner take all marketplaces, but AI will not be that in the same way, because again, like, my friends who are high stakes on this license multiple models and then just be like, this for this, this for this, this for that, and then cherry pick, and then like voila.
Yep.
And then if one of them tried to jack up the prices, they'd be like, well, I can just replace it with another one, or like da 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 da.
Yep.
So for them to try and get all the money back is going to be murderously difficult, in my opinion. So like the winner take all aspect. By the way, who's like lying in wait on all this stuff? China and DeepSeek. Yep. It's like, hey, like you want a free one? Like we're kind of hanging out. So the air is going to come out of the AI bubble in 26, in my opinion. Related, prediction number 3, the AI backlash begins politically.
There it is. That was my prediction. It's a core campaign issue, core political issue in 2026.
Both Bernie Sanders and Ron DeSantis have come out against data centers in this last 9 weeks. And so if you think about that bookend, it's like pretty vast terrain between the two of them. And so I think this is going to be an increasingly populist and popular issue. Here's the math again. It's like, okay, you're going to build a data center in my community. That means my electric bills are going to be more expensive, maybe even my water bills, maybe because you need to cool your servers and all that stuff. There are some parts of the United States that are, water scarce, so that's not going to go over well.
Right.
But so it's like, so I'm going to pay more for power so you can build this data center that is going to fuel AI, that's going to take my job. Like, why am I happy about this? And then the counter would be, hey, you're going to, get job creation out of this. And it's like, I'm working at the data center. Like, what's happening? Or like, oh, you're going to benefit from, the stock price appreciation. That's like, I own, I now own NVIDIA stock or whatever is happening. Like there are these people that, it's going to be a very tough argument. I mean, people instinctively don't love AI anyway. And so if you say, hey, I'm going to bear the costs of you siphoning the grid so you can, speed up compute, voters are going to get super pissed about it. So like the backlash to the construction projects and the rest of it is going to pick up steam in a very, very significant way. 26.
You just read the writing on the wall on this. Like, I don't see a world where this ends very well, where you're like less and less jobs, more and more energy used for things that are getting rid of said jobs. What are we doing? And I get it, man. We got, we want to stay competitive globally. It's a source of American power, blah, 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 but still brutal, man.
It's, I
tried to warn them, buddy.
Yeah. You too, man. We did a lot.
Tried to warn them.
Hey, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Please do hit like and subscribe and hit that bell if you want to be notified every time a new episode drops. Thank you.